Point 1. Focus on working effectively. To effectively organize your workflow, you need to set priorities. There are a lot of small tasks that distract us from the main activity. What is more important? Working on a new design for an app or answering an email to a colleague. Sometimes it is necessary to make a choice that is inconvenient for others. Of course, countless messages in your inbox are frustrating and make you want to get rid of them quickly before the start of the workday. You hope to answer swiftly and move on to the main tasks, believing this will allow you to focus and be attentive throughout the day. But the problem is, you will end up spending the best part of your day on other people's priorities. And by the time you finish, it could be mid-afternoon when you're more likely to have low energy levels and slow brain processing. It happens daily with many phone messages, emails, and to-do lists to execute before focusing on personal tasks. But if you spend your days on reactive work, answering questions, and responding to incoming demands, you will never be able to create something worthwhile. An effective strategy for managing your day is to do creative work before reactive work. Jocelyn Glee was a frustrated writer, but prioritizing creative work increased her efficiency. Now, she spends several hours daily creating texts and does not plan any meetings for the morning. It was a challenging decision, but now she gets her most important work done no matter what happens. It's annoying to receive a message demanding an immediate response, and ignoring requests can be difficult. But how can you achieve this? In this summary, you will learn the proper way to delay these tasks until later and other proven strategies for effectiveness. Key point 2. Create routines that produce results. Creative people stick to a routine that works. Instead of waiting for inspiration, they create conditions for productive work. We are all motivated by different things. Study yourself to understand what inspires you. What exactly arouses your interest and encourages you to create? Of course, observation takes time and effort. However, if you systematically fix your reactions to certain rituals, you will achieve high efficiency. It will eventually lead you to success and impressive achievements. Instead of waiting for inspiration, create a motivating routine. Here are some insights that can help. Identify your energy levels and create a rhythm. There are times conducive to focusing on creativity, thanks to mental alertness. When you discover such periods, dedicate them to your most valuable tasks. If you are a designer, work on the new project. If you are a translator, concentrate on the text. Make sure not to waste it on administrative work. Create cues. Maintaining a routine becomes easier when you fill your environment with triggers that increase creativity. It could be organizing a workspace in a specific way, using the same background music, or a fixed set of tools for your work. Your environment is vital to success. Set daily targets you can reach. Allowing random things to creep into your to-do list will keep you from achieving your daily goals. Identify what you can complete per day and stick to it. Don't allow tasks that will kill your motivation to overtake your routine. You don't have to do everything in a single day. Stick to your work schedule. You must set a specific duration for your work. When you begin and when you finish. Also, assign times to different types of tasks. How much time will you spend in meetings, creating content, replying to emails, and so on? Developing this regimen prevents unimportant things from stealing time meant for meaningful work. Like it or not, we are constantly forced to juggle tasks and battle unwanted distractions. To truly set ourselves apart, we must learn to be creative amidst chaos. Jocelyn Glee. Did you know? Famous author Ernest Hemingway wrote 500 words daily, irrespective of how he felt or how the day went. Key point 3. Find the ability to concentrate in a world full of distractions. At some point, creative minds are torn in two directions. The urge to apply wisdom to solve challenging problems is a mentally demanding goal and requires constant focus. The need to always be available to reply to emails, messages, and meetings. Finding a balance between these tasks is challenging. You must complete your work promptly and efficiently, but interaction with colleagues and managers is also essential. There are no clear indicators to determine how effective intellectual work is. For example, a web designer's productivity decreases when managers overload them with immediate organizational messages. Subsequently, they fail to launch the website on time or the product's overall quality suffers. As a result, the company loses money. But of course, it isn't easy to measure precisely. It's true that bosses and managers often don't consider these factors and don't control distractions. How can you deal with this problem? Harness the power of focus blocks to eliminate distractions and achieve success. To effectively perform creative work, try the focus block method. This concept involves treating creative work as an important and urgent meeting. As you plan your schedule for the coming week, mark time for creative activities on your calendar. Even if someone offers an appointment for this time slot, say it isn't free. Similarly, if someone complains that you are slow to respond to messages, say, "I am busy from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m." People will conclude that you had another meeting and therefore will be understanding. However, creative focus requires more than just ignoring emails. You must cultivate the habit of intensely focusing on a task. Here are some organizational tips to help you. Start with small intervals of complete involvement in the process. Concentrate for an hour first, then add 15 to 20 minutes to each task every 2 weeks. It is essential not to be distracted at all. If you need to write an article, do all the necessary research beforehand. Focus on only one task at a time. If you need to write a book review, break the reading and writing into 2 separate tasks. Change location to perform a focused task. If you are used to working in an office, try to get some fresh air or move to another room. Key point 4. Learn how to tame technological tools to serve your purpose. Kevin Kelly, the co-founder of Wired magazine, says all technology takes as much as it gives. We often abuse innovations and don't use them wisely. The way humans are dealing with tech is slightly disturbing. Many dream of declaring email bankruptcy, but they are so addicted that they log in to share every idea, image, and thought. Of course, we can continue to blame technology for our inefficiencies and distractions. But will it bring results? It is far more beneficial to accept responsibility and take control of technology. After all, it's supposed to make our lives easier and serve us well. If you want to create something worthwhile with your life, you need to draw a line between the world's demands and your own ambitions. Jocelyn Glee. The digital age demands that we challenge conventional beliefs about working and differentiate between destructive and productive behaviors. Technology is like fire. We must control it so that it can be helpful. Your inbox likely consumes a substantial amount of your energy, no matter what you do, as you constantly think about sorting out the pile of incoming messages. An overloaded mailbox is disturbing and frustrating. It resembles an avalanche that covers us head-on. Today, there are many extensions and plugins that make it easier to work with email. Controlling your mailbox is quite challenging because incoming messages bombard us every day. Don't try to be perfect. Do what you can. Here are some tips that will make working with your mailbox more successful. Create different mailboxes for work and personal mail. In your settings, set a rule that will allow the automatic sorting of messages. Save and archive all messages so you can always access them. Highlight essential messages with color to find them among others quickly. Use the reminder tool to return to the message chain appropriately. When you receive messages with tasks, immediately move them to a separate folder to avoid losing them. Check whether the recipient has read your message. Unsubscribe from all unnecessary resources and block advertising messages to prevent distractions. Remember, your mailbox should work for you, not create problems. Try to adjust its work efficiently and avoid getting frustrated by an avalanche of unread messages. Key point 5. Determine the value of each incoming message. Email is a complex communication tool and has become a vital part of work life. We use it not only for correspondence, but also for saving information. Via email, we exchange videos and photos, share ideas, set appointments, and receive reminders about them. With each arriving email, there is a short moment when you conceptualize what to do with it. This content is something we need to know. This one isn't urgent. This information will be interesting to share. This one needs to be processed right now. This message could wait and doesn't need an immediate decision. You quickly sort through the information in your head, prioritizing it. Consider how each newly received message might help your overall goal, and then decide whether it is worth your time and attention. To get the most out of your inbox, follow these 3 steps. Know your complex goals. Many people have a long list of what they want to accomplish, and most of these tasks are as simple as sending an invoice, emailing about a deadline, and organizing a desk. But aside from these easy tasks, some plans and aspirations require complex actions and milestones for completion. These complex goals might be writing a book, visiting family, or meeting a personal idol. To achieve them, put them in your line of sight. Remember to display reminders about 2 or more complex goals in your workspace every 4 months. Put the pieces together. Understanding your goals and values will make it easier for you to sort through incoming messages. You should only pay attention to those that matter. Let things go. Eliminate distracting activities by prioritizing your most important goals. Check all the offers that come to you in the mail to match your goals. If the idea is not relevant to you now, politely decline. It will help you stay focused on what matters right now. We receive a lot of information every day. We must sift through it to find benefits. We need to be able to process everything we learn every day efficiently. Therefore, refrain from trying to grasp everything. This will only exhaust you and won't lead to successful results. Key point 6. Keep your creative mind sharp. Focusing on only one goal may not get you results. You may need to engage in activities outside your routine that put your brain in a diffuse mode of thinking. Push through blocks that induce or make you criticize yourself for not being perfect. To be creatively fit, you must keep your mind engaged and on the move. To awaken creativity, you must do things outside your comfort zone and challenge yourself. When we choose not to take risks, our imagination stagnates. Here are a few ways to boost it. Stimulate your interest in the world. To be interested in what surrounds you, you need to notice it. Try to leave all gadgets at home and go outside. You will probably be restless and bored at first, but the more time you spend in silence and peace, the more you become aware of your needs and opportunities. Find time to do nothing useful. Urgent work tasks consume our time every day. We focus so intently on them that we don't notice many interesting things. Set aside time in the middle of the week to read books. Immerse yourself in exciting things and walk around. This way, you will let fresh energy into your life. Be open to new acquaintances. While standing in line for coffee, don't deny a stranger a pleasant conversation. They may share something inspiring or give you an idea to create something unique. Listen to yourself. Each of us has a bunch of ideas we are unaware of. Try the morning pages technique to let them loose. Just write down the flow of your thoughts in the morning without criticizing yourself and allowing the ideas to be as they are. Do not try to analyze them, only capture them. Relax and do sports. You can't create when you are tired. Take care of your sleep and diet. You will feel joy and desire to create by regularly saturating your body with nutrients. Sometimes we take credit for our strength when we continue to work on a task despite being exhausted. We must repay this debt with double care. Get a massage and meditate. Your body and mind will thank you. Physical activity also stimulates the birth of new ideas. Going to the gym is unnecessary. A short run or a walk before bed is quite enough. Key point 7. Create something without a goal. We often hope that our daily activities reveal our full creative potential. It's great when a hobby that inspires us is a source of income as well. However, it doesn't always work this way. Our main activity may only partially disclose the range of our creative abilities. If you're not one of the lucky few who manage to turn their hobby into a job, you'll have to find other areas to unlock your full creative potential. If a work project is your only activity, you won't reveal all your talents. Keep your interests open. There are many areas in which you can express yourself. It is essential to try your skills in different fields. List all the activities you would like to try and dedicate time to one of them each week. They can be a source of creative energy for your daily affairs. See aimless creativity as a means of reaching your potential. Unique ideas are born when we don't set limits and try new things. Using this approach, we free up space for creative thinking. Sometimes we are in such a hurry to achieve success that we don't listen to our desires and needs. Remember that you are not a machine. Attempts to live up to the expectations of others are exhausting and prevent you from unleashing your creative potential. Regardless of how efficiently you cope with your daily tasks, it would help if you had time and space to make something unique. There is no place for perfectionism in aimless creation. Often, the desire for an ideal prevents the disclosure of creative possibilities. We set limits without which we feel disappointed and frustrated. However, how realistic are these frameworks and criteria? In addition, perfectionism is the cause of procrastination. Suppose you only start painting under flawless conditions when you finally feel inspired. But what if it doesn't happen? The truth is that inspiration can appear already in the process of creative work. Despite habitual behavior patterns, we can act in new ways and not let perfectionism limit us. To do this, allow yourself to make mistakes. Try a completely new activity for yourself. For example, sign up for a lesson if you want to learn to draw. However, know that it might not work out on the first try. When we don't have any expectations about the outcome, it's easier to enjoy the process. Allow yourself to depict what comes to mind, mix colors, and not judge the result. You do what you want and what you can. That is your power. Conclusion: creativity is not a talent. It is a way of operating. Stop expecting perfection because no creative work is ever entirely done. Don't be too hard on yourself. Let your mind express itself freely without criticism or inhibitions. Do your best and pour all your concentration into whatever you do. You're stunting your progress by putting pressure on yourself to do everything perfectly. Instead, create focus blocks that allow you to prioritize creativity over reactive work. The important things are often not urgent. Thus, they get relegated to the background. Dedicate time to everything necessary and see how much happier and calmer you'll feel. Allowing yourself to explore your creative ideas freely will lead to innovative achievements in all areas of your life and work. Your mind will no longer be cluttered, and you will have time to spend with important people. By attempting to tick 1,000,000 boxes every day and rush from one job to another, you're only causing a block in your mind. When you simplify things and stop expecting out-of-this-world results, you'll feel far more in control than ever before. Try this. Perform challenging tasks in the early part of your day. If you start your early mornings by answering emails, it will become difficult to switch to complex jobs later. Keep your brain from thinking in repetition by starting from a place unrelated to the project. Begin by thinking about something you've seen or done before. This way, you will be able to produce fantastic creative work daily.